this weekend, then we're in the northwest corner of Italy in Val di Sole. In the winter, it's a valley that is home to some of the region's finest ski resorts, but the snow melts away and reveals the Dolomites as an amazing destination for mountain biking. 10 years we've been coming in, numerous World Cup races, but back in 2008, it was Val di Sole that hosted the prestigious World Championships. Umbrellas above the riders, plenty of ice vest, as you said, Bart. The heat's probably going to be a factor this afternoon. 7 laps plus a start loop. It's going to be a fast-paced race.
Yeah, in the middle of the day, the hottest time of the day as well. There's not that much wind. There's a lot of sun on the back of the riders. There's some sections on the course where they have a bit of shade, but in general, it's going to be a hot one.
So, Henrique Avancini comes up to take his spot on the front row. 4th at last year's World Championships. Big cheer for this man, of course. Gerhard Kirschbaumer. 3rd place in Montecolombo last year and the Italian national champion. Matthias Flukiger, 3rd overall in last year's World Cup. Just won the national championships. Florian Vogel next out. Defending European champion. One of the new breed of fast French riders coming through. Jordan Sarrou, a former under-23 overall World Cup winner. And from one fast Frenchman to another. 3rd in the Novia Mesto. 3rd overall at the moment, it's Maxime Marotte. The man with all the titles on a retro bike, actually celebrating 60 years of Scott. Nino Schurter takes his place on the front line. And Mathieu van der Poel, the last man out. The winner of 2 short track races this year, still searching for that first cross-country World Cup win. Will it be today? We know he's on form. We saw that on Friday. It's going to be an interesting one, Bart.
It is. He's aiming for that win, that World Cup win.
You know he's got the power. Can he last an hour and a half? Anton Cooper there. And then we saw in the pre-show, sensational ride at the last round. Jaroslav Kulhavy, former Olympic champion. And this is the start list. Lars Foster, Tituar Caro on the 2nd row. Anton Cooper there as well on that 2nd row. Serrano.
Kulhavy, the 3rd row.
Tempier a little way back, who had that brilliant ride here last year. Sam Gaze a little bit further back as well. It's due to the short track actually on Friday that sorts out the start order for today's race.
Howard Grotz, 36 from the US, strong rider, good climber.
114 entries, 31 countries, 24 degrees out, humidity 48%.
It's high.
Feels it actually.
Yeah. It feels much warmer too.
It does feel a lot hotter than that. Let's hope the start loop goes a little smoother for the men than it did the women.
Riders, you will start anytime in the next 15 seconds.
underway then, round 4. This year's Mercedes-Benz UCI Cross Country World Cup, and it's Van der Poel laying down the power in the white and red right off the line.
Yeah, the start always dangerous. There's a chicane in it, like you can see right here. A very bumpy grass. Not that easy for the riders. Luckily, it's not that dusty.
And it's a huge field bar to get through this opening part of the lap here, while they're all so tightly packed together. Look at that lot.
Yeah, it's a huge field, especially when it comes down to a single track later on. And there has been a crash or something in the middle.
Yes.
Some technical problems, it looks like that.
The leaders, though, looking safe and sound at the moment, thankfully. No incidents at the front of the pack to report.
Avancini with Van der Poel leading it.
Avancini is a fast start, the Brazilian. We see that quite a lot from him. Schurter tucked in there in third. Vogel was in fourth place. Maxime Marot moving up there in the red, white and blue on the left.
And Lars Forster from the BMC team in the red and black, number 6. Kulavi, good start of him as well. Already in the top 10, around 7-8 position.
That can very often be a good sign for a good race. There's Sam Gaze as well.
Sam Gaze, just Anton Cooper.
2 New Zealanders going through.
Manuel Fumig walking besides his bike. Something is wrong, probably.
Could well be, unless he's just got
that's a long way
up on that turn, but that's a long way to the
That's a long way to the deck.
Cooper 15. McConnell there inside the top 20. And this is why it's so important to get out and at the front if you can. Of course, it's impossible if you start further down the order. After the top 16, it comes down to UCI World Ranking that denotes your start position.
Yes, if you can have a good race on Friday, if you can make it to the top 16 from a 40 position normally on your ranking, that should help a lot for a good race already.
Yep, the XCC, vital really. So Van der Poel chases Avancini, all the big names are there. Kulavi goes through again. Still going up.
Yeah, they're almost to that first part of the lap where they are right now. Almost goes to the same elevation as that first part of the course.
Yeah, this is the second loop on the lap proper. They've missed out that first long climb, which you will see as they come around to complete the start loop and go out onto the first lap of the race.
So at the end of this long straight, I would say, there's a really fast technical descent to the finish line. And after that, they have to do 7 full laps.
It'll be interesting watching this lot, Bart, go down a single file down that first descent that is rapidly appearing.
It is, and the field will be stretched out immediately to a long line.
Yeah.
Some small gaps in between the riders because you need to have a little bit of a distance. And that's why everybody likes to be so to the front.
Some riders even opting to take the longer B-line, as we call it. Misses out those rocks.
Yeah, especially in the beginning of the race, it's not a bad option to take.
No, they're not taking it because they can't do the A-line, they're doing it because the A-line is so busy. And where the 2 lines come back together, it's a downhill traffic jam.
And on some of the sections, there are some drops where you need to have a little bit of speed, actually, and it's even very difficult for the riders around the 40 positions, I would say, over there.
What goes through your mind, Bart, in a race at the start when you're in a traffic jam, the leaders are getting away from you?
Yeah, it feels really bad, but you have to stay calm, and the first riders, they go flat out. There's no traffic for them, but you have to stay calm, and after a couple of laps there's space enough, but it's not a good feeling, not a nice feeling for the riders too.
So let's have a look as they come up to the line what the order is. It's going to be Avancini leading. It's Maxime Marot behind him. Mathieu van der Poel, the Olympic champion. Nino Schurter, Sam Gaze already up to 5th. Overtaken some 21 riders to get to there, so he looks like he means business. Calavia's teammate right behind him. Tempier, who was so amazing here in last year's World Cup finals, goes through as well. Cooper back in 17th.
Yeah, Cash Baumer we saw as well, the Italian national champ, around 15. Fontana from Italy, not the best start today. Avancini, great start so far. Van der Poel second, and Nino knows what's going on today. The wheel of Van der Poel. Marot on fourth. Gaze, good start. Kulavi just behind him, both specialized team.
And here they are on that.
Is this an attack of Nino Schurter already that early in the race?
Oh my goodness. So Schurter already decided to put the hurt on everyone else. Van der Poel having a go with him. I wonder if we're going to see a different tactic from Nino today, because they have been closer to him the last few races than I think he would like.
It is, yeah. So with that short track on Friday, it affects definitely his preparation for Sunday. It costs him a lot of energy too. Some of the riders are complaining about that. But he needs to have a kind of a tactic in his mind, and it seems to be full gas from the beginning.
And you've got to say, Bart, you know, riders saying that Friday short track does affect him, but it's fair between these two. They were 1-2 on Friday.
It is, yeah.
So the very similar efforts from them. Avancini comes through in third.
But the cross-country race is still totally different from that short track. Different course as well. These times are so much longer.
There's Maxime Marot.
Avancini. It's difficult for him to follow the speed of Nino Schurter right now. Even Marot fourth. And Nino is pushing it really, really hard already.
Maxime Marot is going to be keen to keep Van der Poel in his sights. 7 points only separating them in the overall standings at the moment. There goes Kulavi. Gaze going with him on the number 4.
The two specialized riders together.
Vogel, the European champion, on the number 7 goes through shot.
Here is Anton Cooper, the number 5. Second from last World Cup, Novo Mesto. And that sprint with Nino Schurter. Not the best start today.
Well, already 2 riders separate themselves a little bit from the rest of the field. Van der Poel staying with Schurter at the moment.
Can he follow him?
That is the big question, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's been hard a few times this year.
It seems to be if riders coming close to Nino, he will have like a wake-up call it like that.
Yeah.
And he's getting even stronger again.
Well, Friday short track race probably didn't sit that well with him, I would imagine. It was a second place finish, which most people would be happy with, but it's Nino Schurter we're talking about. A man who makes winning his business.
And definitely also these points in short track counts a lot for him too, for the overall standing. So that's why he's working that hard on Friday.
He does have a fair lead in the overall World Cup, 220 points. Remember, Mathieu Van der Poel, the man in second place, didn't finish at the last race in Novo Mesto. Actually started that race shortly after surgery, as he did in Albstadt. I guess that's all behind him now. He's fully back to fitness.
It is a quick back over his shoulder to Van der Poel. Where is he? But he's still here. Nobody else. Avancini a bit further down. But Nino is pushing it really hard.
And it's only lap 1. I'm liking that retro bike that Nino's on. Even down to the old graphics on the forks and the frame.
8 seconds. Avancini.
There's Maxime Marot. Second in the World Cup at the moment. Kulavi takes a look over his shoulder. Where's Sam Gaze? Here he comes, dropping back a little bit, Sam Gaze. Tempier goes through on the 13. Sam Gaze, the number 4.
He's struggling on this climb.
Anton Cooper, number 5. He certainly is, yeah.
Sam Gaze is struggling on this climb, what I said. A good Braido, good start for him as well. He's in the top 6th place. No, a bit further down. Sorry for that, but he's 5th. Sorry. Luca Braido from Italy.
We get the fans excited.
But serious business for Nino. Flying.
Yeah. He likes to light it up where he can.
Small gap to Van der Poel right now.
It is. Richie Van der Poel on the canyon bike. Full suspension bike bar.
Both.
The two leaders, yeah, interesting.
Avancini, third still. Maxime Rod and Braido on the 5th place. Luca Braido from Italy.
So for now, Van der Poel right there where he needs to be. Right on the wheel of Nino Schurter.
Jay's on 12 at the moment.
I wonder if anyone's going to get back to those two. I guess we very often see that Schurter will test his rivals in the very early stages of the race. Sometimes he backs it off.
Yeah, and I think Van der Poel wouldn't do any work.
There's Manuel Fumic, 43rd. So
he had a technical problem in the beginning. We saw him walking beside his bike. Maybe it's a broken chain what he had before in that start, but we haven't seen it exactly what went wrong, but definitely a technical problem. Maybe if Nino felt Van der Poel is not doing any work and it's hard to drop him, probably he will slow down a bit. Avancini and maybe Marot, they can come back once. But Nino already showed his strength, and it's going to be a hard race, and he's testing.
Here comes Calavi, looking like he means business today. A host of riders trying to go with him as he overtakes Maxime Marot. Matthias Flukiger there in the red and white Swiss top. Tempier.
Another French rider.
Pushed Nino Schurter so hard here last year at those World Cup finals.
Most of the time he's not the fastest starter, but like now, still everything is still closely together. Kerschbaumer, the national champion, the green, white and red. On 15th position. Van der Poel leading now. So probably these three are not waiting for the chasing group.
It's some way back, you can see it for yourselves there. Avancini, but we see him as a fast starter. His tactic seems to be go as hard for as long as he can. Interesting to see if he can stay with these two for the right duration.
Especially this part of the course, it helps a little bit if you can sit in the wheel of somebody else.
And the pull to the front then on this climb.
It's Kulavi who's leading that chasing group. Manuel Fuming in the white, the national champ from Germany, number 8.
Buried back in the pack from problems on lap on the opening start loop, we believe.
Definitely this section over here suits Kulavi really well.
Is the front pace dropping of Schurter and Van der Poel? Because we saw Avancini pull back 7 seconds then, and it looks to me like Kulavi might be able to get back on their wheel as well.
You're right with that. It's a big chasing group with Tempier here at the end.
And the chasing group also taking 4 seconds out of that leading duo as it was. Cooper just inside the top 20 with his fellow countryman. There they go, Sam Gaze in the red.
On 17, so he's dropping back after that fast start. The leaders. Van der Poel, Nino Schurter, Henrik Avancini.
Schurter has a quick look over the shoulder, as does Avancini. Avancini won't see anyone, I don't think. Fair gap at the moment, it might come down.
Avancini never won a World Cup, did he?
No, he didn't.
Even not that many times on the podium, or this year he did.
In fact, I don't think he's ever made a World Cup podium. His best result, I believe...
He never made a World Cup podium.
I believe his best was the 6th he had in Novia Mesto this year, the last round, I think. Sorry if I'm wrong, Henry. I think that's how it is.
It might be like that, yeah.
We've only really seen him.
Braido is coming back to the leaders.
All closing up now.
Too. Vogel is with them too.
Still lap 1 of 7. Very often the race will calm down after a frantic start loop and a frantic opening lap.
It's Luca Braido who's leading it here from Italy. Crazy. The number 28 on the number plates.
He means it today then. Wouldn't he love to perform in front of the Italian fans? 27 years old, Luca Braido. Well, he's not scared of Mathieu van der Poel and Nino Schurter, is he?
Not at all. Braido, we knew him from the eliminator races, where he was very strong too. Not scared at all. Aggressive style of riding he has. Also fast in this descent.
Yeah. So the tech feed zone he comes round then to end lap 1.
Yeah, two brothers, Luca and Daniele Braido.
And Luca obviously the strongest, is he usually?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I don't know where his brother is at the moment. That's Luca.
So Braido across the line. Nice little gap of 5 seconds.
And that's his other brother.
Oh,
At the
just
end
coming.
of that group. Yeah, there he is coming. A high number as well. 41.
There he is, right. Number 14th for him. The other Braido.
Yeah, I think that's Daniele. I'm not sure actually, these two. Sorry about
Definitely
that.
Luca out front at the moment, that's for sure. And there's actually 3 Italians inside the top 14 at the moment, so they're having a great day.
It always helps the riders if they have to perform in their own country, hometown, with the fans on the side, and there are plenty of them here in Italy.
There are. Big turnout actually, looking at the hillside in front of us, full of spectators.
So a small gap in that chasing group with Avancini who's leading it. Luca Braido, the leader of the race. There he is. Out of the saddle, pushing hard. Try to find a grip on the rear wheel on that gravel climb over here. Not that easy.
No, as you can see, the racing line in the middle is a little clearer. Yep, Schurter's closed you down.
He is.
Of course he has. And he's going to want to be first into this technical climb now. This new climb is different to previous years and a little bit more difficult, I suppose, really.
It is, yeah, especially when the riders are riding that close together as they do right now. If some of you make a mistake in front of you, it's very difficult to continue and stay on the bike. We saw that in the women's race.
Yeah, we did.
And even for these men, they have to leave a small gap to the rider in front of them. Avancini now in 4th. Vogel, the European champion, in the 5th place. Another Swiss rider, Matthias Flückiger, just behind him.
Is it a nice feeling, Bart, to get to lap 2 after the franticness of lap 1 and kind of be in a good position and, you know,
you have
be in control of your body, you know what I mean by
you
that?
have to survive, actually, that first crazy lap, which it always is. All these riders, they fight for their positions. And after 1 lap, they slow down just a little bit. There's a bit more space. There's not immediately somebody else behind you which likes to overtake you. And it gives the riders a lot of rest, also mentally a lot of rest. Kulavi, a quick back over his shoulder. Seems to me he's losing a bit of terrain.
Yeah. 7th as they cross the line for Jaroslav Kulhavin.
Nino leading. Van der Poel, a small gap.
Yeah. Noticeable gap. Vogel goes through.
Nino is pushing it really hard today.
He's probably quite angry about Friday night. He didn't win.
He became 2nd.
That was yeah, very, very good indeed.
Maybe that's why he's so angry. Yeah. He's always strong.
Yeah. Any discipline, any racetrack on the planet, he is the man to beat.
He is. Yeah. A quick look, I think, to this man, Van der Poel. Avancini 4th here, Vogel 5th. The terrain becomes more rough because it's that dry. A lot of braking holes.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to escape the rain today as well. Actually, we've had rain most days this week.
This section over here has a lot of corners, some steep sections in between as well, rocky parts. But for the fans on the side, it's really nice to see the riders. So you can see them for a long time in several angles.
There's not many sports, Bart, where you can get this close to the action.
No, it's true, and that's what you like as a fan.
Yeah, it's great. You can really get in there and see the pain on these riders' faces.
Great atmosphere
and
here.
Look at the support for Brado. The crowd really almost pushing him up these climbs if they were allowed to.
It will motivate him a lot, and hopefully he can make it till the end of the race, because probably he will overcook himself, and he stays on riding like this. If he blew up on a course like this, it's really hard to continue or to recover from that. But so far, nothing wrong. Second, 5 seconds only to Schurter. Another Swiss rider here.
Vogel up to third ahead of Avancini. Van der Poel back to fifth, 12 seconds back. Nothing to hit the panic button about yet. Tempier goes through in eighth.
Another Swiss rider, Licha on ninth.
Going to be Harvey next. Already 27 seconds back. It's a fair gap, Bart.
It is, yeah. He's losing a bit of time.
So, watch the Swiss maestro flow down this descent.
He's on a mission.
He is waiting for no man.
No sprint finish today, so far, looks like.
No, that's right. Maybe he's had his, I would imagine he might have had his fill of those for 2018. But it is always dangerous, a sprint finish. I guess you're never going to leave it to that unless you really have no option.
It is. That's his last weapon, probably.
Yeah, that's right.
He can use. But right now, he's riding away.
Oh, he really is. Wow. Look how much time he's taken out of the other riders. Mainly on, a lot of it will be on that descent.
And even we didn't expect Luca Braido here on the second place.
There's Van der Poel back in third ahead of Florian Vogel. Is this tallying bar already? Is this a tallying gap?
It is.
It is.
Now it is, man. Now it is. Especially after that first lap already, when Nino was pushing it really hard. Now he's opening the gaps between the riders even more and more. Van der Poel is struggling with that high speed of Nino at the moment, and I think that's his biggest revival for today.
12 seconds, that gap back to this man, Mathieu van der Poel, who very recently, when was it, Bob? Was it last weekend, became the Dutch road race champion?
Yeah, he did. And that's something impressive, what he showed.
Incredible.
To the Dutch road riders.
Oh my goodness, I bet they were thrilled.
Yeah, especially when you know we have 2 big road teams, Pro Tour teams in Holland, Sunweb, and a lot of Youngwoods, the other one. And he beat them all. And they have some really strong sprinters which are participating in the Tour de France right now. So he's a special guy, Van der Poel.
Plenty of heritage there. His granddad, the winner of the Volta of España. His father, a cyclocross world champion and a winner of 2 stages of the Tour de France. So plenty of talent.
Can't spot one here, the national champion from Italy. Tempier also there.
Okay, well, this race is just getting going. Stay with us. We'll be back with all the action.
Pump up your tires for the world of Red Bull. The best live events, feature films, and shows. Make it your world and download the app for free. Red Bull TV is available on all your devices, anywhere, at any time. Go beyond the ordinary. Get the app now.
Trial bike legend Danny McAskill faces his biggest challenge to date.
Come to Africa, he said. It'll be fun, he said.
Climbing the highest mountain in Africa with his bike. Kilimanjaro, Mountain of Greatness. Now available on Red Bull TV.
Back to Val di Sole in Italy. It's the final race of the weekend. Round 4 of the Mercedes-Benz UCI Cross Country World Cup. The men's have taken to the track, and already Nino Schurter 26 seconds ahead of everyone else.
That's a fair gap.
It's a very fair gap, but took 20 seconds out of everyone in the start of that lap. Not messing about today, is he?
It's crazy how fast he is. That chasing group, all the big names in it, but 25 seconds in between. And he has to continue right now from till the end, actually, which is not an easy job for him too.
No, it's still a long, long way to go in this race, of course.
So he has to be concentrated and take his energy with the bottles, with the drinks.
In this temperature, do you need to take extra care of yourself?
It is, yeah, but it helps a lot when you are riding by yourself and on your own. You have time for that as well, to relax on several parts of the course, to have a drink, to cool down with some extra water. Because there's no pressure from other riders behind you.
No one's going to snatch that lead away from you in a split second.
So you might lose a few seconds in some of the sections and gain it again a bit further.
Caveja-bike going through.
Tempier also came back to this chasing group after not such a good start he had earlier. Avazzini now, the last rider of this chasing group. Matthias Flückiger, he became actually the national champ mountain bike 2 weeks ago in Switzerland. Nino, he had a technical problem. He came very close to the podium again after his
chain, I believe. Yeah,
yep.
Seen a lot of that this year, actually.
It is
more in the
12-speed cassettes, smaller chains.
Yeah,
it's always a dangerous part of the bike.
Plenty of different lines through those rocks. Yeah, we see that actually a lot in the downhill races, strangely enough.
I can imagine in downhill they have to put down the power directly from the start.
And they change gear as, you know, at full power. That seems to be what it is. It's a 7-speed block that most of the downhillers run on their bikes, incidentally. Schurter coming around to finish lap 2 then. Through the tech and feed zone. Nothing to drink. Nice cooling refresh of cold water all over his body.
It's going to be a long race for him.
Well, it looks like he's made that decision now to go it alone.
It is. There's no way back.
Taking a look over at the gap. Seeing who is where. Very much in control, the Olympic champion.
Kersbaumer missed his bottle. It's not what you like as an athlete.
Not in these temperatures, but it just frustrates you, I'd imagine, huh?
It is, yeah. It's a very bumpy section here, that tech feed zone.
And now Van der Poel dropping back a little bit further from even this second group, but...
Yeah, even he has troubles to follow this speed from the chasing group too.
Haven't seen it in 8th. Tempier already up to 7th place.
Yeah, the way how Van der Poel won that race last Friday was very impressive, but he spent a lot of energy in a race like that too.
Kilavi inside the top 10.
He might pay the price for that at the moment.
We saw him, didn't we? Just really tear the legs off everyone on that climb. He said afterwards, basically the lap came down to a 30-second sprint, and that is what he is good at. Here then,
Kersbaumer, yeah, here.
Missing that bowl.
He has to wait another 10 minutes for that drink to get it.
That's a long time, I'd imagine, when you want to drink that badly.
If you are thirsty.
Fastest lap then, Schurter. Only a second quicker than Luca Prado.
Another Italian rider with a 3rd fastest lap time, Kersbaumer. Vogel. He's coming, the European champion with the number 7 bike plate.
Winner of 2 World Cups, Florian Vogel. The last one, though, 8 years ago. Tempier going around Van der Poel.
Two Italian riders here in this chasing group. Vogel, who's leading it. Kersbaumer and Braido, the numbers 3 and 5 in the race. Foot on the ground for Kerstbaumer.
And everyone, you can see for yourselves just how steep that last part of that climb is. I'm a fan of this new technical.
It's really nice.
It breaks the climb up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's really nice.
Tempier just driving that huge gear round and round.
A lot of wind, but you can see.
Yeah, wind is picking up actually.
It might cool down a little bit. Probably it's really, really nice for the riders.
The cloud cover is coming in a bit as well. They'll be thankful for that.
Van der Poel back on the wheel of the chasing group with Avancini. Tempier pushing hard, a big gear here on this climb.
And back to our leader. Nino Schurter then out front. Business as usual for that man, really.
Yeah, sections like this, probably he will take that to recover a bit from the long, steep climbs.
6 times an elite world champion, believe it or not. And actually the winner of 28 World Cup races, so he goes, actually he's only 5 off the all-time record of the now retired Julian Absalon. So that's got to be a record that is on Nino Schurter's mind, I'd imagine.
Yeah, we discussed already in the pre-show. Sam Gaze, he beat him in Stellenbosch earlier this year. In the sprint finish, he won the Hauptstadt with hard and slippery conditions easily. But he won Northern West in the sprint finish again, just against just a few centimeters against Anton Cooper.
Such a tight one, yeah.
So tight racing these days. But today it's again like he always do, how he always did.
And no one today has been able to go with him. That's the difference.
And it's good to see that many Italian riders in front of the race with Kerstbaumer, Braido.
And I suppose, Bart, you know, you'd have to say that Schurter, his consistency is almost the most impressive thing about him. You know what I mean? Is that what separates a good rider that can do well on a day from a great rider that is there every single day?
He's sometimes unbeatable.
Yes.
But he's unbeatable just a few times a year, maybe.
Yeah.
But Nino is always there.
Yes, he is. And that to me is even more impressive, to stay at that level.
Yeah. That's true. It doesn't matter if it's a rainy day, a sunny day, hot conditions, it doesn't matter what kind of course it is, he's always there.
Well, it's nearly half a minute now from first to second, but then it gets tight. Only a few seconds covering that chasing group.
So he gained another 4 seconds. That's not so much, actually.
No. Is there an opportunity on this track for the chasing group to work together and catch it?
Yeah, there is. Definitely this.
There's enough of an aerodynamic.
Yeah, that second part of the course, yeah, definitely it is. It helps a lot when you have a little bit of draft from the riders in front of you. So you can recover a little bit before that long, almost that drag section starts from that second loop to the top.
Yeah.
It will help a lot. And even the speed most of the time from a chasing group, it's easily to continue to and stay high compared to if you have to do by yourself.
So there's Jolanda Neff warming down after that women's race.
Warming down. Yeah, that's what they do.
That is right, yeah.
Cool down.
Cooling down. Yeah.
But riders, they have to warm up and they stay on the roller and they have to cool down after the race again. It's part of their job.
Yeah, that's right. Otherwise, you feel even worse tomorrow.
Yeah, very bad. I saw a lot of riders, they take a bath in the river over here, in the cold water to cool down. It's really cold. It's like only a few degrees.
You won't get me near that.
Ice water.
Won't get me anywhere near that. Schurter on lap 3 then already. Riding with intent.
He knows exactly where the chasing group is. You get that information from the side of the race. You can see it on the screen as well when he crosses start-finish line. Yeah, Matthias Flückiger in the red, and the white cross. It's a new Swiss champion. A new kit for him as well, number 11. What a race for Braido. For Kerschbaumer. Braido, of course, as well.
Yeah,
another
really.
Italian rider. But even after 3 laps, what we have done so far, still in the lead of the race.
I'll tell you what, the pace of Schurter at the front must be pretty all out, because look how hard everyone is even working to keep in touch with him. This chasing group, the pace of them on these climbs is frightening.
They're not slowing down at all. Aerodynamic position for Nino Schurter here on the flat. This section over here helps a bit if you can have a rider in front of you to save a bit of energy. And then you are a bit more fresh when the climb starts over here.
Look at that gap. Well, that has surprised me. Schurter is very nearly out of sight, out of mind at this point. It would help this group if they could even see the man they're chasing.
Yeah, it will help, yeah, as long as probably they will see them one more time on that steeper climb in that first loop of the course, but maybe that's the tactic of Nino too. Go away, but nobody else can see you. Kerschbaumer out of the saddle and pushing hard. Braido in this group too.
The bar swinging Stefan Tempier on the Bianchi. So the climb not over yet. Onwards and upwards they go. Van der Poel 28 seconds back. Haven't seen, he's still hanging in there. A fast start for him, 7th for him at the moment.
So they brought back the gap at 4 seconds, 25 at the moment. It's a bit the same. It's hard to say if he can go on and keep that gap, because it's going to be a hard race if it's like this all the time. Especially that bottom section, it's really hard for Nino to keep the gap. And if the chasing group has a little bit of a feeling that they come closer, it's motivate them a lot.
Well, the Italians are going to be motivated. Do you know when the last Italian male winner of a World Cup was?
Ben. That must be Paola Pezzo?
Male.
Oh, male, sorry.
So Eva Lechner would be the last female, of course.
For sure, yeah. The male. Ooh, male.
I've got him.
Fontana, I would say.
You're impressed, aren't you, with my knowledge that someone's just given me? It was actually Marco Buey at round 3 back in 2005. Thanks to my sources for making me look incredible. There's not much that the Bartman doesn't know about cross country.
Fontana didn't win a World Cup.
That's right, he didn't. He didn't yet.
Marco Buey.
And he won't be today, actually. He's a little bit bruised and battered, Marco Fontana, from a crash in the week. So this man, though, not bruised and battered one bit. He's bruising and battering the opposition. Schurter leads at the moment. The pace these XC riders now fly down even the most technical descents. I went riding actually with Sam Gaze a couple of weeks ago, believe it or not, and clearly on the climb it was hell on earth. Well, he wasn't even slightly out of breath, but on the downhill, gone. Couldn't keep up with him, nowhere near.
A bit of background as a downhiller for you.
Exactly, yeah.
Actually, Matthias Flückiger, he's riding a hardtail bike. All these men have their full suspension, except Matthias Flückiger.
100 millimeters of travel, though, as all these bikes have on the front and rear, usually. Not a lot, but it does make a difference.
But it goes a lot of energy for Nino too. You can see the expression on his face.
Yeah.
His body language.
Look how hard he's going.
It's not an easy ride.
Look how hard he's going. He is a machine.
Every week again.
Every week, yeah. 39 minutes has passed then. On to lap 4 goes our leader. 20 seconds back to second now.
They came back 5 seconds again. And these split times are on different places on course. I think we have 3 different split times with that start-finish line.
Yeah.
So they brought it back with 5 again.
It may extend again on this steep climb. I suppose that there's less of an advantage for the group.
Yeah,
In
you're right.
they could even get in each other's way a little on this climb.
This part of the race suits Nino definitely a bit more than that second loop when it comes to the finish line. But anyway, if they have the feeling that they come closer, probably on the climb where they will get right now, maybe they can see them.
Well, he was out of sight the last time they went to the very furthest point away on the track. You're right, if they can see him, they're going to know they're coming back. Look at him.
It's not an easy ride for Nino. You can see it.
Savage horsepower on these climbs for the Olympic
They're not that
champion.
far behind him.
They're not. The gap looks to be coming down. The world champion, Nino Schurter. If they catch him, Bart, does that mean Nino Schurter's in trouble?
Yeah, he's in trouble, yeah.
Really?
He will be in trouble. It doesn't mean that he lost the race, but
No.
he will be in trouble for a couple of laps.
And then he can recover. You can
then
even,
then he can recover a
They
bit.
can
and-
actually recover
And
in
can
these
find
races,
his energy back for the last lap before a sprint finish. But mentally, it's Sam Gaze.
Sam
dropping
Gaze.
back. Mentally, it will mean a lot for him too when the chasing group come back.
Sam Gaze back in 65th.
He will pull out.
Maybe, yeah, it's a good chance. I think we might see more for him in Valnor next week, where he's performed very well in the past, Sam Gaze.
Yeah, with Sam Gaze, most of the time it's all or nothing.
Yeah,
When he is in the front of the race, he's so motivated and he's even able to win a World Cup, what he already showed in Stellenbosch earlier this year. But
I mean, you know, he's the only guy in over a year to beat Nino Schurter.
when he doesn't have the right feeling, it's not easy to
No,
handle him and motivate him to even like a top 10 finish or something like that.
no, he's definitely interested in winning them.
It is,
I would
yes.
say.
Actually, Rich is also something and a special character of an athlete.
Yeah, that's right as well, you know, exactly. On his day, he's going to be thereabouts, maybe unbeatable sometimes.
Nino Schurter still in the lead. Keps Balmer, he's not that far behind him. And pushing hard in that chasing group where Avancini was in trouble too. To follow the speed.
It's rough, you know, this course, Bart.
Yeah, it's getting more rough. Because it's so dry, so dusty.
These downhills no walk in the park, though. Nowhere to rest on them, really. You can see how hard the riders are working. They're not far behind this chasing pack.
Impressive if they can come back to Nino.
Well, I would say that when they get to the bottom here, they can act like a steam train and draft a little bit all the way out to the furthest point of this track, really. It's not technical, is it, the other loop?
No, not at all. No, not at all. And they have a lot of advantage from each other. And probably for an Italian rider, it means so much to ride here on this course.
Yeah, it certainly does. So, there's Nino Schurter then.
But also a chasing group, they will feel if they come closer. And Nino will know that as well.
And that will motivate them. There's that gap in real time.
And it's what you said, this part of the course suits Nino probably even better than these guys do. And you don't have that advantage from each other here.
An Italian in second place, Gerhard Kirschbaumer. Van der Poel there in the white and red in third. Florian Vogel behind him. I'll tell you what, Kirschbaumer is giving the crowd what they want. You can see them there, Bart.
Yeah.
They're not that far back. This is great. This is turning into a good race.
It's something what I didn't expect, actually, that the chasing group could come back to Nino.
I kind of thought it was looking like it might be over as well. We did say it actually in the break. Kirschbaumer, though, let's not forget what a talent he is. 2 times an under-23 world champion. So, you know.
And he reached the podium last year in Mont-Saint-Anne as well.
Yeah, he did. 3rd place in St. Anne last year for him. And he's picked a great race to find some form, that's for sure.
16 seconds.
Look at the people here.
It's coming back to 4 again.
Another 4 goes off. Wow.
Tempier, typical style.
Yeah.
Out of the saddle, using his body weight to push down the pedals.
Well, it is a style that works for him, actually.
Another Italian.
World number 2, actually, Stefan Tempier from last year. Second in last year's World Cup overall. Trudeau back in 8th now.
Quick look over his shoulder. There is Kerschbaumer coming.
Wow. Now Kerschbaumer looks to be alone, but
yeah, it would help him a lot when Van der Poel and also Avancini is with him. Oh, well as well.
It shows us how fierce the pace is.
It is, yeah. Even Nino is not waiting at all for these guys.
And these guys breaking themselves up to try and stay with him.
Fresh bottle, water.
Really covering himself in it. That's how hot it is out there.
If you start doing it, you have to do it for the whole race.
No fear of a cramp, putting that cold water on your hot legs like that?
No, but cramp might be possible in these conditions.
Yeah.
I mean, the riders have to be prepared for that. That's why they have to drink so much as well. And still they lost a lot of body liquid during the race.
Some food in his mouth.
Gel, some extra energy.
Wow. Sure, doesn't he just look awesome? Flows on the descents, attacks on the climbs.
Not that much time for him to relax.
That's very true.
Stretch his legs.
Well, it's all happening here in Val di Sole, Italy. We'll be right back.
He's one of the most successful mountain bikers in history.
This is Mr. Nino Schurter, ladies and gentlemen.
Nino is simply the most determined person I know.
Witness his energy, his passion, and his greatest victory. Nino Schurter, a mountain biker's hunt for glory. Now available on Red Bull TV.
The Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series celebrates its 10th anniversary. 14 men and 10 women fight for the title at 7 stunning locations. Can 6-time champion Gary Hunt strike back this year? Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series 2018, July 14th on Red Bull TV.
Welcome back to Northern Italy then. Round 4 of the Mercedes-Benz UCI World Cup. My name's Rob Warner. If you've just joined us, Bart Brenton, the former Olympic champion, is in the commentary box with me, and we are seeing an enthralling battle. Nino Schurter leads, but the gap to Kerschbaumer and Van der Poel looks to be coming down, Bart.
Yeah, it's coming down again. Each split time it's about 4 or 5 seconds, but they gain back. It has been 25 seconds in the previous lap, 1.5 lap. Now only 13 seconds. It seems to be Kerschbaumer is coming back, but now he's on his own as well, the same as Nino has to do. Everything by himself, and it means the pace, it's really hard, and even the chasing group fell apart.
But as we saw during the break, last lap, at the end of that long grass straight where they turn and go back up, Schurter was out of sight. This lap, he was very much in sight. Do you use parts of the track as a reference like that as a racer?
Yeah, you saw Nino, he was watching over his shoulder all the time on several parts of the course, and he knew as well he's coming closer, so probably he will slow down automatically a little bit as well, because he feels Kerschbaumer is much stronger at the moment, so why should I spend that much energy? Maybe he needs to take another tactic. And we knew from Nino he's always stronger in the last lap.
Yeah.
Maybe what we already said, his last lap in the sprint finish.
Oh, look at that. Kirschbaumer looks to me to be coming.
This is a new rider again, a young rider.
Someone else.
So motivated to do really well in the World Cup, especially here in Italy. Home soil race. Die. A lot of Italian fans.
That'll be a big difference to this man as well.
Van der Poel a bit further down, but still in vision.
Flying down through those rocks there. Just a couple of turns back now.
It seems to be the gap between Nino, Kirschbaumer and Van der Poel is almost the same. So it looks like Van der Poel is losing a bit of terrain to Kirschbaumer.
Paying the price for that effort in Friday's short track race. There's Manuel Fumic.
In front of Rido. No, it's somebody else.
45th at the moment, that man.
He had a technical problem in the beginning. We don't know exactly what went wrong. But, we saw him off the bike in that first climb early in the race.
Mirko Tabaki going with him.
Kirschbaumer is coming.
He definitely is. Impressive ride from him. Van der Poel not so far back either.
From 14 till 10.
Van der Poel staff running over to encourage him. And Schurter has had his lead slashed by a full 10 seconds that lap. Kirschbaumer 10 seconds quicker than the Olympic champion. And there's one thing that's going to motivate Kirschbaumer, it would be to win his first World Cup on Italian soil.
It definitely will be.
Very motivating for him.
His first World Cup win and also his first World Cup win on home soil.
Yeah, if you're going to do it,
it's something special.
This would be the day to do it.
Yeah, I don't know if Nino went too fast in the beginning. Of course, it's a long race when you have to do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
But right now, everybody is riding by himself, and they don't have any advantage of each other.
I mean, clearly to go like that at the start. I mean, although Nino always is at the front, but if you feel good in a race, can you all of a sudden feel bad? And vice versa, if you start, I know if you start badly, sometimes you can ride in.
Yeah.
Can it work the other way around?
Yeah,
just fall off the edge of the cliff?
The other way around can happen too.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it does. And it's also a mental game what's going on in their mind as well during the race.
Part of it, Valero.
Big part of it as well. So if other riders are even stronger during the race, yeah.
Sarou 11th, Carreau, the other Frenchman, the other young Frenchman, they're in 16th.
Gorbach from Switzerland.
So here's the man in second place. Gerhard Kirschbaumer, 27 years old.
He's a tall guy, and I guess especially like these small turns doesn't suit him that well. More difficult for him. But he sees Nino in front of him.
Hard to believe anyone is actually closing on Nino when you look at him, but you can see it for yourselves.
But there's still a gap.
That gap, it's coming. It looks to be coming down.
Looks to be coming down, but it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, maybe.
To close it.
Van der Poel is far from giving up either.
Without glasses.
Van der Poel, the youngest man ever to become cyclocross world champion. The sport not too far from this one, I suppose, in many ways. Very different in other ways.
In many ways, like Belgium and Holland, it looks like almost the same. But on a course like this, I wouldn't ride it with a cyclocross bike. I think it'd break in two pieces or even more. It's difficult, different, totally different. Also different seasons.
Van der Poel, I was going to say, Van der Poel is a star of an absolutely one. Is he the best at cyclocross?
One of the best, yeah.
His World Cup season was untouchable, right?
Yeah, yes, yeah. But Wout van Aert, it's a Belgian rider. He's on the same level. He became world champ.
And it's a winter sport.
It is.
Does that make it difficult for Van der Poel to compete in the heat like today?
It might be, but I don't think it's a problem for Van der Poel. At least, yeah, he's strong in cold conditions too, but it might be. I'm not sure about that.
No.
I knew from several riders that they love to ride in cold conditions compared to the heat.
Yeah.
But I don't think it bothered Van der Poel too much.
No. Sure, onwards then. Lap 5 of 7 already. The next time they cross the line, it's going to be the penultimate lap already. These guys rattle it off, don't they, Bart?
It's crazy how fast they are.
It is. And that's coming from you, an Olympic champion.
Even to make the race really exciting, to race like this. Nino, a great attack in the beginning of the race, 25 seconds gap. And now Gersbauer is bringing it down almost. Oh, he brought it down to 10 seconds. I don't know how much it is at the next split.
No, we'll keep an eye on that.
Surely we will know.
Yeah, we will.
Probably the most difficult thing for Van der Poel is he has to perform the whole year actually. There's not much rest for his body. And that might be a problem for the future.
Yeah, it's going to take its toll on him. He's a young man, isn't he, of course? Only 23 years old. But you've got to say that. But I mean, these guys, September, they have a little off-season.
11 seconds. He gained one.
Yeah. But everyone else, I guess, has a bit of a break or has a cycle to their year. I mean, he comes from this. He's going to be getting ready for cyclocross, right?
Yeah, he did like Stellenbosch immediately after his cyclocross season and took a break, like 2 weeks off after Stellenbosch.
And let's not forget what his cyclocross season is. It was 39 races this winter. He won 32 of them.
Yeah, two races each weekend, Saturday, Sunday.
No way.
There's a whole crew support around him during all these races. Who clean his bike, prepare the bikes. Otherwise, he wouldn't make it like that.
No, he turns up and races. Haven't seen he's still in there as well.
Yeah, haven't seen he's still in the top 5. Together with Vogel. Strong ride for Florian Vogel too. He's been teammates of Nino Schurter for a long time, but riding for the Focus team already for several years again.
Been a long time since a Dutchman won a World Cup, Bart.
Who was it? I think
you know him quite well.
2006.
It was you. You were the last Dutch rider to win a mountain bike World Cup. You might even be the only Dutch.
No. Bas van Doren, he won a World Cup too.
Well, there you go. There goes Florian Vogel then. The hour mark rapidly approaching in this race. Schurter drives on at the front. The only man ever to have a perfect season in men's cross-country racing. Won every single race of 2017, including, of course, the World Championships.
He looks better to me again.
Yeah, perhaps. We're going to see if the gap is opening up. Hard to see from that angle, but I would say it might be a little bit.
It's crazy how close a rider comes to him back.
Kirschbaumer looking pretty composed there, Bart.
It's true, yeah, it is. But I mean, it's still a bit.
It's a shame that Van der Poel isn't with him and they can close that gap
that's what I think too, yeah. They could work together a little bit, especially on that part what's following now.
They're all going so fast still. Stomping these climbs. Well, Maxime Marot back in 30th. Now that'll have big implications in the overall standings. He did actually come into this World Cup here in Val di Sole, second in points. I don't know if he's had a mechanical or he's just having a bad day. We'll try and find out.
Seems to be like a bad day, not the best day for the Cannondale team. Of course, Avancini is in front of the race, 4th at the moment, but also Manuel Fumeki had a technical problem. He's coming closer.
I think so as well.
He's coming
looking by that, it is, yeah. Well, the gap, it was 11 seconds. There's a split towards the top of this climb. Plenty of encouragement for him as well. How much difference does that make, Bart, as a racer?
For him it will help.
Huge?
Yeah, it will help, yeah. Especially here in Italy. Split times going up.
Okay. 6, 7. It was 11 seconds. It's going to be very close to that again.
The same, still the same.
Wow. Sure, perhaps managing that gap, I don't know. 13 seconds further back to Van der Poel from Kirschbaumer.
Yeah, Van der Poel brought down the gap with 4 seconds. Not that much, but he did it. If Kirschbaumer comes to Nino, probably they will slow down. Now, that's an opportunity for Van der Poel to come back to the leaders, but as it is right now, it looks like Nino is not waiting at all. Mancini on 4 together with Florian Vogel. First time for Mancini being that close to the podium.
In the podium spot at the moment, Avancini. Strong ride from Florian Vogel as well.
Tempier on 6th. Out of the saddle most of the time on each climb again. Pushing that big gear. Bianchi team with a different color bike.
Yeah. It's a unique style of Tempier's, but one that seems to work for him.
Why not? Yeah. The hard thing for a rider like that is also that you have enough traction on your rear wheel, especially on these slippery climbs.
So, Kirschbaumer hotly in pursuit then of Nino Schurter. So close, yet so far at this point.
Yeah, so close already for many laps.
Here they come into the descent again. Okay, let's go down to the pits. Rick is with Gerhard, Kirschbaumer's team manager.
Mauro, how good a performance is this from Gerhard today?
Yes, it's a 3 week. The last 3 weeks, the winner every race. I think it's a good leg. It's possible one good race. Effectively, he stay in the front.
How important would it be for him to win here in Italy?
Yes, it's the best, but the podium is very important.
Mauro, thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you. Ciao. Bye bye.
Mauro Bettin, his team manager.
Yeah. So he'll be pretty stoked if he can get on the podium.
Yeah, he said he's in a good shape. But riding a World Cup, yeah, you have to be in a good shape. Different level than all the other races, what the riders do in between. But yeah, he shows a good shape, that's for sure. Here he is, there they are.
So penultimate lap has started for Nino Schurter.
2 more to go, 7 seconds.
So the gap is slowly coming down. It was 10. Another 3 seconds back for Kirschbaumer then with 2 to go. Mathieu van der Poel hanging in there in 3rd place.
What can he do? 23, it's the same. Taking another gel.
Can he find anything to close down that gap?
For these last 20 minutes, 22 minutes race.
Yolanda Neff still out there watching. Still in her riding gear from earlier in the day.
But it's a clean one.
Yeah.
It's not her racing kit.
Very good point, yeah. There goes Florian Vogel. Brave rides from all these men in this weather, in this heat out there. The clouds have gone away, the sun comes out again, and Kirschbaumer looks to be closing that gap.
He's gonna close the gap, for sure. Out of the saddle.
Good form coming into this one. We heard it from his team manager, 3 weekends races, won them all.
Great shape.
Nothing as big as this one.
He's coming back to Nino. On a part of the course which suits him the best.
His best result, actually, Kirschbaumer last year with that 3rd in Mont-Saint-Anne.
So he knew